Hi, Grieflight Gamer here, and today we're just going to look what makes a good game to you, to me, to whoever. Okay, well, we're asking a question: what makes a good game? And if you like this and other videos like that, please subscribe to my channel, give a like, comment on whatever you think I may get right or even get wrong in this little video. But I'm just going to look at a little thing. What makes a good game to you, to me, in general? How can you make a good game that appeals to a mass market? What game publishers and developers are struggling with every day, trying to get us to part with our cash. Now, let's go for the straight off thing. You got to know what platform you're going for, but nowadays it's all pretty much the same. They all get multi-platform releases unless you're an in-house studio. So a lot of the Nintendo stuff will only come out on Nintendo, and Xbox One is only getting a few little exclusives. PS4 gets a lot more. Now you also get them that all cross the whole lot, so you got to know what sort of. So it doesn't really matter which console you have these days. But I think let's start very generally. Genre. Now, racing, beat 'em ups, role-playing games, mass role-playing games, sports sims, god sims, there's shoot 'em ups, all sorts of puzzle games. Oh, you can just go on and on. But right now, the current strand, lots of people just love shoot 'em ups. And that just generally gets what everybody's buying. So, me personally, I do enjoy a good shoot 'em up, and who doesn't? So that's one of the genres. There are just so many, but my personal, as I said, is shoot 'em ups. I do like the occasional driving game. I do enjoy platformers. So again, if you're a gamer, very few gamers are ever so focused on just the one genre. But most gamers just have a broad reach of all sorts of games. So yeah, so the genre is one of them. When you actually look at it, when it comes down to it, getting inside the game, you know, you got your general presentation of the game, your graphics, your sound. Probably they keep on saying, "Oh, graphics don't matter. It's about the playability." Fuck off. That's all I'm going to say. That's stupid. Yes, every element has an equal place in a game. Every element. You can't have crappy graphics and crappy sound, because people will be focused on that and they'll lose the idea of the gameplay. You can have the best gameplay in the world. Yes, it helps. I think it probably helps a little bit more. So not all things being equal. But you put it on a crappy presentation and people will switch off from it. So I think those three main aspects, the sound, the graphics, and of course the playability, all have a kind of equal-ish standing in what a presentation of the game is. So nowadays it doesn't really matter. I think people are getting too nitpicky about, oh, I can only see 20,000 blades of grass, whereas the last game, you know, and the next game is, oh, I can see 30,000 blades of grass and leaves and all sorts. The detail that people are getting a bit too much caught up on that aspect of it, I think. But again, these consoles, these powerhouses that we have underneath our TVs in our living rooms or wherever we keep them, they're now starting to deliver stuff like that as a bog standard. If you go back, way back, probably the PS2, when consoles started to get a little bit more power, but you could tell where developers were just being a little bit lazy, and you're still getting like the previous generation of graphics and sounds coming through. So yeah, that's just one of the many things that it goes. Okay, another aspect I'm kind of thinking is probably wasn't so apparent in my personal opinion. I mean, some people get into these games way too much, but back in maybe the NES, Super NES, maybe touching into the next generation after that, the N64, Sega Saturn, PS1, that I don't think they were too worried about the story for games. I mean, yes, it was there. Something like a quick paragraph in the manual solved. That was it. After that, into the PS2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and even big time now, is that story is key these days. I mean, they're getting these major, massive, because they've got to keep a story going for 40, 50, 60, 100 plus hours on some games. So I think story now is so much more key to what a good game is. They want to keep you hooked, they want to keep you playing, and they just want to keep you going. So I think, yeah, story is a big thing these days. Also, how long a game is. I mean, these games now, I know they're, in retrospect of the whole thing that goes into these games, you know, you have $60 for a AAA title, and yeah, even though they've got microtransactions and season passes, but $60, and you've got to, yeah, they've got to grab your attention. Now, if you get people feel ripped off, on the, especially on the first-person shoot 'em ups, where they're more focused on multiplayer, and they completely forget to do a half-decent single-player campaign, and you get maybe, you know, 6 hours out of a single-player campaign. Of course, they focus more on the multiplayer, but I feel cheapened by that aspect. I mean, come on. I'm not the biggest online gamer. I do occasionally, but I kind of like just to pick up a game, play it for a little bit, and get off. I don't need to worry about building up stats in this long-ass game. I just want a quick up and play. Now, but you get some people that just play endlessly and they just want to get the most out of their game. Now, again, when a game single player only lasts a couple of hours, I mean, damn, you can watch a movie several times over and it'd be cheaper. Same sort of entertainment value. So yeah, longevity of a game and how long you're playing it is a big thing. But that also comes into the next phase, is replayability. Now, I've got games that I have played through a couple of times because it was just so damn enjoyable. I remember God of War being just so fucking fun. You gotta enjoy God of War. The GTA series, all of those sort of games, they're just fun to replay. There's a lot like TV and movies. It's how many times you can rewatch a movie before you're getting bored. Now, on games, when you have to sink in a good, you know, on the average game, 15 to 20 hours to replay just the story mode. Yeah, and you can go for those. I think the last one I just played, oh damn it, hell, was it Shadow of Mordor? I just replayed that game. It took me half as long because I was twice as good as I was on the last time I played it. Because I now know what's going on and I can play the game well. So, but I was just really enjoying hacking and slashing and getting all those power-ups and getting all the everything. It was just a great replay value on that particular game. So some games don't do that very well. You play through them and you're like, okay, done. And you either trade it in, sell it, or just put it to collect dust. So yes, replayability is a big thing, what makes a good game. And that's a crucial part in mine. Then of course you go into, you know, the online aspect. What people expect nowadays and in online gameplay is nothing short of miraculous. That's what people want. They want fast connections, they want thousands of modes, they just want the players there to be able to play, they just want everything. So of course you're just got to, you know, have the online aspect of it in these games nowadays. I don't think I've seen a game in a long time that hasn't got an online feature on it in some possible form of way, even if it's just a high score table. So yes, multiplayer is a big thing, online and, you know, with your friend, split screen, which they're kind of going away from these days because it's all online, gotta get online. So yes, Now, another thing, what makes, because sometimes you get sequels from, that's already good games. Now, generally movies, I tend to find that sequels to movies are generally better. They've polished everything, they've moved the storyline on, so you care about this character a little bit more. Now, same works for games. So ongoing storylines, sometimes those, just that, the memory of the previous game can make your own personal idea of that new sequel better. It's probably why the bloody Call of Duties and the Battlefields keep on going. So yeah, you gotta keep on going with that one. And of course, what makes a good game is your own past. I mean, what you've played throughout, what you think is a good game in your own head, which of course everybody knows in their own head what makes a good game. Now, I've played some brilliant games that I just didn't like. Everybody ranted and raving about them, and I just didn't like them because something just didn't click for me. So, like camera controls or something stupid like that. So yeah, you gotta see what. We're all animals in the sense that we all take opinions from other people. Now, if everybody has their own opinion. So, especially on YouTube, they've all got these reviewers that come out and they spit out absolute nonsense to you. But it's not until you play the game yourself that you actually realise if it's good or not. So it's up to some people. See if they're their own beast, sort of thing, to see if they like that game. So what makes a good game? Graphics, playability, sound, if you like the genre or not. I mean, yeah, there are so many key aspects to it, so you kind of got to feel it for yourself, I guess, is probably the end message here. Advertising kind of tries to hook you in, so you kind of got to go with what your gut feeling is, what other people will say about a game, which will initially get you to pick up the game. But the thing is when you're going to put it back now. Is it going to be 10 minutes or is it going to be 50 hours from now? It's up to you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this little video, please comment on anything that I've said. If you like or dislike what I said, please like, please subscribe, and see you next time.